Hey, good afternoon, my friends from across the world, from across the street. Today is Thursday, February 20th. It's about 5:20 in the afternoon. And I thought I'd give you guys a little bit of a lesson here in environment and how this kind of affects your motivation and getting things done, and basically how it can determine your mood, physically how you feel, your emotional state, your psychological state, all those things that have to do with environment and why I do some of the things I do and why I place some of the things where I place them. So if you're the kind of person that listens to a lot of the coaching that I put out there, that listens to a lot of the marketing information I put out there, that has seen me in person, that has wondered sometimes, dang it, Patrick's really in a good mood, and I hate that, it's disgusting, I'm sick and tired of it, but how do I get in a good mood? Or you've seen other people like that. You've seen other people that are like perpetually happy. I don't have their formula, but I have something that I think helps put them in that state. And I want to talk to you about that. And it won't take long at all. If you've got 10 or 15 minutes, that's the most it will take. Like I said, it's after hours, working hours, my time. Well, it's never after hours, working time. But it's later in the day, my time. So I thought I'd take 15 or 20 minutes and talk about this. And also, I would like you to comment below so I know who's watching and so I know where you're tuning in from so I can get your feedback on this as we talk about basically our environment for life and how it affects our mood. So if you are interested in this, whether you're watching live, you're recorded, set aside some time, get a cup of coffee like I did right here in my awesome coffee cup, and let's get to work and talk about that. Oh my goodness, what was I doing? I know I was doing something. Sweet. Okay. First thing I want you to know that if you ever see me and if you've watched me evolve over the years, that you're going to notice something about me. And I want you to take that as a lesson on yourself. And I picked this up from other people. I am not an innovator when it comes to this kind of environment philosophy that I believe in. If you notice these days, almost always if you see me in public, you're going to see me with this on right here. You're going to see me with a stop doing nothing shirt on. You're going to see, if you ever visit my office, home office, you're going to see that. You're going to see, hey, Vinny, good to see you. If you're going to see that, you're going to see where I get my fingers backwards. This finger, this finger. So this one, this is up here, this up here, this up here. And I picked all this stuff up from watching other people's environments. And what I've noticed is the people that I like, the people that I adore, the people that I worship, the people that I have, just so much adoration for, do a really good job of managing their state. And some of that comes from physically where they put themselves every single day. And this used to be a problem for me, and it's getting better and better and better for me. I used to think that the room I was in and the things around me didn't matter that much when it came to determining my state and my mood. And what I started doing is when I would visit the offices of people or visit the homes of people that I thought were kind of uplifting, and when I would notice, I would go like hang out with certain people and I'd be in like a really good mood afterwards, or I'd go visit people's houses or offices or whatever, and I'd be in a really good mood afterwards. There's something I kind of noticed that I adopted, and that is the idea of basically creating an environment. And this is not always easy, especially if you live with somebody else. I mean, that's just the reality of it. When we live with other people, we just have to adapt. But finding a place and finding a space where you can basically kind of shape and style it and put yourself in an environment that constantly reminds you, first of all, what you're on this planet to do, what your God-given talents are, but also things that make you happy and uplift you and remind you. Some of you, when you were younger, and some of you weren't older, may create something called a vision board, okay? That's something I never did. But a vision board or a dream board was always something that you just kind of cut and pasted things out of that you wanted to have in life. For me, it would have been airplanes, maybe the latest model Tesla, a really super fit body, things like that. And I've never done that, and I may do that at some point in time. But I've noticed that people, even grown adults, will do that sometimes, and you go into their office and there's a board, a cork board of magazine cutouts of things they want, of things they aspire to have. And I love that. That's a really pretty awesome concept to me. Shout out to those of you that drink coffee late in the day. That's become a real hobby for me. And so what I took from that is for my office here, and as I, kind of build out my office away from the house, is that I want to make sure things around me are always the things that lift me up, that inspire me. And I've noticed that whether it's this home office, which I'm slowly, remodeling to do that. I had a logo made. Where is it? Goodness gracious! See my fingers. Had a logo made. I love. I had that logo paid, signs to whatever one of that sign company is to turn that into a vinyl sign here. I'm using Stop Doing Nothing shirts now. This is almost the shirt I wear every single time I go out in public. Not this particular shirt, but I have about 4 or 5 different styles, and I put this on because when I put this on, the front and the back remind me of what I should be doing every day. That I should be promoting coaching, that I have really great clients that I want to help and uplift, coaching clients and marketing clients. And so putting this on is, for me, a little bit like putting on my Superman uniform every single day, if you will. So as long as I walk around with this and I remember what I'm wearing and people comment on it and I go to the bathroom and I see it on here, it reminds me when I can't be in my environment, it reminds me of my philosophy in life and the things I like to do and the things I like to train. So I'm wearing clothes all the time now that I try to wear clothes all the time now that remind me of the mood and the state I want to be in. At the same time, I'm trying to make sure that things around me are things that kind of uplift me. And there are things around here that you can't see behind the camera. I've got some, I've shown you some of the people before. I've got some colorful purple and black stylish sound padding in here. It's kind of artistic to me, but it also helps with the sound here. I put in a standing desk, so on occasion when I'm working, I'll stand. I put in a calendar to remind me of deadlines and what I have coming up and remind me that time is always passing. And slowly over time, as you see me I do live streams from various places, but as you see me do live streams from my home office, you're going to see this wall behind me evolve. I'm not sure if I'm going to paint this whole wall, but you're going to see me put things on there. So when I ever do work out of the home office and I come into this environment, it's uplifting. It's inspiring to me. Over here, you can't see it, but I've got things that inspire me. As I look over here, I've got books, I've got aviation stuff, I've got some artwork, some canvas artwork, I've got family pictures. I've got things that, just kind of uplift me and put smiles on my faces. So this environment to me is hugely important to my mood. And you wouldn't think it would be. You're thinking, oh, just some knickknacks here, a wall candle there. But when I walk in a room now that I'm going to spend any amount of time in, I want to be uplifted. I want to be inspired. It's going to give me energy. It's going to make me want to do things. And I've realized recently another way that I adopt this philosophy, and that is, for those of you that know, I go to the gym 3 or 4 times a week. I stopped going to the YMCA. I go to CrossFit now. You know what? I'm not going to be one of those fanatical CrossFit guys. I'm not. I promise. Maybe I'm getting there, but no, I'm not. But one of the things you notice about a CrossFit gym or almost any other gym, but particularly CrossFit, and the other gyms have this too, but I'm sorry, my CrossFit gym has this. I'm going to brag on mine for a little bit. Is when you walk into that environment of a gym, of a workout facility, particularly one that has structure to it, one that has instructors that lead things, you walk into a building of pure energy and pure motivation. It's very hard to walk into a room of people who are dramatically trying to improve themselves and find anybody in a bad mood, to find anybody putting each other down, or taking jabs at each other. It just doesn't happen. People have moods, and we realize that, and we get disappointed, if we're in the gym and we physically can't achieve certain things. I mean, that's a part of life. But for the most part, I'm cheering on the people that are ahead of me and behind me in different skills, and those people are cheering me on. And they say, I've read articles recently that said basically that there was an article about someone who basically said why he left his particular CrossFit gym when he went back. And he said only part of it was the exercise, and only part of it was the fitness. The other part was he had basically found an environment of people that were constantly uplifting. And That is hard to find. I'm sorry. I've been to various CrossFit places. I've been to various gyms over the years. I've been to worked in various places. It's very hard to find an environment that's constantly nurturing, that's constantly uplifting, that doesn't have any crappy politics, that doesn't have people trying to backstab each other, and doesn't have cliques and people that are on the DL trying to drag other people down. And that's what I get from going into a CrossFit gym. That's what I know. I know that I go up my road. We go north on a street called Council. I go down a street called 164th for 10 minutes. And I know when I pull up, I know when I walk in that door that someone's going to say hi to me. I know I'm going to be somebody working on something and achieving something. And I know that I'm going to find a series of tools in there to help me improve myself. And this is really important first thing in the day. I've done past videos on how what happens in that first 5 to 10 minutes of your day is really important for your mood and for your state. And for me, for example, today I'll run you through the program I did today. For me, it's more, I kind of stretched it more to that first hour. I wake up at 4:20 now because my CrossFit my CrossFit class is at 5:30, and I want to make sure I have a full hour to eat and hydrate and get there. But basically, I make sure from that moment I get up that I'm doing the things I need to put myself in a good physical and mental and physiological state for the rest of the day. I need to do those things right away. Right away. As in, the alarm goes off at 4:20. As soon as I get out of my fog and I get on my 2 feet, I make my way to the kitchen sink and I am downing my water. Why is it water and not coffee? Because I've learned water is what wakes me up. Water is what gets my brain flowing. Water is what gets my bodily functions going. Then it's my vitamins. Then it's some protein and some carbs and some coffee. Not too much because it's right before CrossFit, but I try to get all the things in my body that create energy. I might or might not sit down and relax a little bit because I've only got, 20 to 30 minutes to basically get in the car and go. But that first, we'll call it 10 plus 30, so that first 40 minutes for me is really important for me to get in a good state of mind. I can't be that kind of person, and you know the ones I'm talking about. I can't be that kind of person that wakes up and says, oh crap, I'd much rather stay in bed. I can't believe I have to get up today. I can't stand this. This is horrible. I cannot be that person with that kind of attitude and make any headway in life. It just will not work. And you know how I know this? Because I've been that person. I have been that person that wakes up and dreads putting my feet on the floor and then dreads everything else coming afterwards. I cannot stand it when I turn to that person or when I fall back into those bad habits. And it does happen on occasion because I'm not perfect, but I have learned that if I'm going to go to an environment that's amazingly uplifting and amazingly inspirational and amazingly energetic, I need to prepare myself for that. So again, those first things I do right when I get out of bed my goal is to put me in a state to get me there. And so if you're the kind of person who is wondering how to do this, or you're not quite sure what does that mean to be in a constant good mood, I've given you some tips here. I guide some people through this on occasion. So if you ever want to talk to me about how to do this in your life, go to my website, which is right over here, stopdoingnothing.com. And there's a coaching page on there where we can make contact and maybe discuss some things via email or text that we can do. And maybe there's a chance for us to work together. I really don't know. That's just a discussion we have to have. However, I'm going to tell you that when it comes to environment, look at basically starting to change the things around you to put you in a good state of mind. Look at the colors that are in your office. Is your office dark or is your office bright? Does your office have things like this that are inspiring to you? I mean, you don't have to pay good money like I did for this right here. What you can do is you can just whip up something in Canva. Canva is an online free drawing program, or whip up something in Microsoft Word. There are times where I've just whipped up something really cool in Microsoft Word, printed out on an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, and put that on my refrigerator and put that in my bathroom to basically remind me of things I wanted to do, whether it was a weight loss goal or a monetary goal or a food goal or whatever. You don't have to get fancy like I did here. This cost me 50 or 60 bucks, I think, for a vinyl thing with a little cool little keyhole things here. But you don't have to do something like this. Find some of the inspirational things you see on the internet and create a folder of them. Make your own posters. I have, for my computer, I have a folder of desktop motivation. And what it is, it's different images I found that I've created or I found online, and I've downloaded them and I've put them in a folder and I swap those out. I swap those out for my computer backdrop. It's because I've got a two-screen Mac system here, and so I can, like any other computer, I can put an image up on the background. So if you're the kind of person that has that same default background that came with your computer, switch that crap out. Put something up there that reminds you what you want to do in life. If you want to go to the, what's it called, the Maldives, that part of the world that has those islands in the very clear water, if you want to go there, put that picture up on the background of your screen. My favorite one out of all my backdrops right now is something I came up with. It says, just a strict backdrop with one barbell on it, and it says, "Don't wish, obsess." That's one of my words that I really love, is obsess or obsession, or making sure I do obsess about things. And so do yourselves a favor. And that's what I'm talking about, the subtle things. That screen backdrop is a subtle thing. The shirt you wear is a subtle thing. By the way, I sell these. If you ever want to stop doing nothing shirt, I've got various sizes and qualities. Text me or reach out to me on social media, and I'll show you how to buy a Stop Doing Nothing shirt. I'll show you how to buy 10 of them so you can buy some for your friends too. Because you want to make sure you show these around. These things are great for gifts also. But think about all the small, little subtle things I mentioned that you can use to change your environment. The clothes you wear, the posters you put up behind you, the screen backdrops you have, the colors on your wall, which you can't see here, what's in your car, the posters, the small posters you can make and put on your bathroom mirror and your kitchen, your refrigerator in your kitchen to just remind you. It's almost like you have to constantly remind yourself of the things you want to do and what motivates you and what makes you happy and what lifts you up. Because if you don't constantly remind yourself of those things, other things will take over and other things will take control. And that's not what you want. So do me a favor, start creating an environment to uplift yourself from the moment you wake up in the morning. If you want some help on how to do this, or you think you'd like to work with me as a coach, just reach out to me on the website right over here. Where is it? Over here. Reach out to me on the website right here. Just send me some basic information. Let's talk. Or you can just email me at patrick@stopdoingnothing.com. Or if you know somebody who might need a coach to kind of alter their state or change their state, do me a favor. Have them reach out to me. Like a low to no pressure guy. We're a good fit or not a good fit. But if we are, I've got some great ideas on how, over 2 to 3 months, we can really change your life. For those of you that interacted, I appreciate you. For those of you that are listening to this later on YouTube or on a podcast, always send me your feedback about topics you want me to cover that can make your life and your business better. And until the next time, I love every single one of you. This has been Patrick Allman from Stop Doing Nothing. Have a great, great evening. If you're in California, heck, it's only 5, 4, 3. It's only 3 o'clock in California, only 3:30. If you're on the East Coast, then it's 6:30. And if you're someplace in Spain, in the UK, in South Africa, where else could you be? Portugal, Russia, China, Japan. Well, some of those places don't have internet, so let's not even go there. But whatever your time zone is, I appreciate you watching. Have a great, great day. And until the next video, keep doing amazing things. We'll talk to you soon.